Imagine this: a tech giant offers a startup $20 billion to buy them, and the startup says no. That's exactly what happened when Nvidia reportedly tried to acquire Groq, an AI chip startup, with a $20 billion not-acqui-hire offer. But Groq turned it down. Why? Because they had something even more valuable: a unique AI chip design that could outperform Nvidia's own offerings in certain areas. Now, just a day later, Groq is reportedly raising $650 million in new funding. That's more than double the amount they raised in their last round. This isn't just another startup funding story. It's a sign that the race for AI dominance is getting more intense. Groq's decision to say no to Nvidia and raise even more money is a bold move, and it raises big questions. What makes Groq's AI chips so special? Why did Nvidia want them so badly? And what does this mean for the future of AI computing? And here's where it gets interesting. The AI chip war is no longer just between big companies. It's a full-blown arms race. Companies like Nvidia, Intel, and AMD are all trying to build the fastest, most efficient chips for AI workloads. But Groq, a relatively small startup, is making waves with a different approach. Unlike traditional GPUs, which are great for parallel processing, Groq's chips are built for something called tensor operations, the kind of math that AI models use to make predictions. This makes Groq's chips especially fast for tasks like language processing and real-time inference. The fact that Nvidia was willing to offer $20 billion for Groq shows just how valuable their technology is. But Groq turned them down. Why? Because they believe in their own vision, and now they are proving it by raising $650 million. This isn't just about money, it's about control. And this is where things get complicated. So how exactly do Groq's AI chips work? Think of them like a supercharged calculator for AI. Traditional GPUs use thousands of small cores to handle tasks in parallel, but Groq's chips use a different architecture. They're built around something called a tensor core, which is like a specialized calculator for AI math. This makes them incredibly fast at tasks like language translation or image recognition. Imagine if you had a calculator that could do 1,000,000 math problems in the time it takes you to blink. That's what Groq's chips are doing. This is especially useful for companies that need real-time AI, like self-driving cars or chatbots. But the real magic is in how efficient they are. Groq's chips use less power than Nvidia's, which means they can run faster without overheating. That's a huge deal in the world of AI, where energy efficiency is just as important as speed. Here's the twist nobody expected. Let's get practical. Imagine a self-driving car that needs to process thousands of images per second to avoid accidents. With traditional GPUs, that would take a lot of time and energy. But with Groq's chips, the car could process that data in real time, using less power. That's not just faster, it's safer. Or think about a hospital that needs to analyze medical scans in seconds. Groq's chips could help doctors make quicker, more accurate diagnoses. Even in the world of chatbots, Groq's chips can make responses feel more natural and faster, like a human conversation. These are just a few examples of how Groq's technology is already making an impact. But here's what the headlines aren't telling you. Groq's chips are also being used in some of the most secretive AI projects, including defense and cybersecurity. And that's just the beginning. So what makes Groq's chips stand out compared to Nvidia's? Let's break it down. Nvidia's chips are like the Swiss Army knife of AI computing, versatile, powerful, and used in everything from gaming to AI research. But Groq's chips are more like a specialized tool, fast, efficient, and built for a specific job. Think of it like comparing a car to a bicycle. A car is great for long distances and speed, but a bicycle is faster on short trips and requires less energy. Groq's chips are better at certain AI tasks, like real-time inference, and use less power. That's a big deal for companies that need to run AI on the edge, like in smartphones or drones. But Nvidia's chips are still more versatile and widely used. The real question is, who wins in the long run? And this is where the real story starts. Groq's decision to raise $650 million after turning down Nvidia's $20 billion offer is a signal that the AI chip market is changing. This isn't just about one company, it's a sign that the competition for AI dominance is getting more intense. With more funding, Groq can scale up production, improve their chips, and potentially challenge Nvidia's market share. That's a big deal because Nvidia is one of the biggest players in the AI chip industry. If Groq can prove their technology is better, they could become a major competitor. But this also means more innovation, more options for companies looking to build AI systems. And for consumers, that could mean faster, more efficient AI in everything from phones to cars. But here's the thing that changes everything. Groq's success could also mean more investment in AI startups, which could lead to even more breakthroughs. This is where things get surprising. Let's walk through how AI chips are shaping the tech world. AI chips are like the brain of any AI system. They process data, run algorithms, and make predictions. Think of it like a brain in a computer. The more powerful the chip, the faster and more accurate the AI. Traditional CPUs are good for general computing, but they're not fast enough for AI. That's where GPUs and specialized chips like Groq's come in. They're optimized for the specific math AI needs, making them faster and more efficient. This is why companies like Nvidia, Intel, and now Groq are investing so heavily in AI chip development. But the impact doesn't stop there. These chips are also making AI more accessible, faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient. That means AI can be used in more places, from hospitals to smart homes. And this is where the real story starts. So where do we go from here? Groq's $650 million funding round is a huge win, but it's just the beginning. With this money, they can scale up production, improve their chips, and possibly challenge Nvidia's dominance in the AI chip market. But it's not just about the money, it's about the technology. If Groq can prove their chips are better, faster, and more efficient, they could become a major player in the AI industry. For companies, that means more options when it comes to AI hardware. For consumers, it could mean faster, more powerful AI in everything from phones to cars. And for the tech world, it means more innovation, more competition, and more breakthroughs. This is the future of AI, fast, efficient, and full of possibilities. And this is where things get exciting.